And welcome back to Working on Feeling Like the 80s. This is part 3. Okay, so
into this new age.
I fixed that, brought up the word age. Now we're going to 110 to 132. It's a long bit there. I like the word as I like to ing to, like listening to. So 110 to 132. We go 110.
I like that old vibe of pulling up to the dock.
Do I want that much? Let's see. 110 to 132. All that up. I'm not going to do too much.
Listening to smooth.
That was
To smooth.
all that is fine.
Yacht rock. Listening to some. Pulling up to.
Yeah, I guess I want all that up. So
I like that old vibe of pulling up to the dock. I like that old vibe.
it seems like it'd be too loud, but
I like that old.
that's what I told myself. So we're going to do how about 112?
I like that old vibe of pulling up to the dock. Pulling up.
Bring that up another 110.
Of pulling up to the dock.
I don't know what that didn't bother me so much with the music, but I'm going to take down the K a little bit. There we go.
Listening, pulling up to the dock. Listening to smooth jazz and classic yacht rock.
Here's what I'm going to do. Bring that up to 110. And
classic yacht rock.
Rock should the whole thing.
Classic yacht rock.
And are we at 132 yet? Not quite.
Listening to smooth jazz.
And was that? Let's see. Jazz should come up. I had a feeling.
Jazz.
I'm going to do the same thing here. That. Let's see, 130.
Jazz. Jazz.
It doesn't sound much like the Z of jazz, but we're gonna take it let it have a little creative license there.
Jazz.
I like it. I like it as far as the volume. I could find the word jazz somewhere else and try to do a paste, but welcome. All right, we're going to now go to 138 and take down the letter C, the K. Oh, it's right here.
And classic.
That's it. That's pretty easy to do. There's a couple different ways, but
and classic yacht rock.
Close enough. 146. Okay, I'll go to 146, bring up the word just, and then I'll shut this down for the rest of them, and then I'll play the whole song once I make all the changes.
Just bring me.
Yeah, the word just is too low. Is that going to be too loud?
Just bring me on back. Bring me on. Me.
Found another anomaly.
Me on. Me.
The AI does that sometimes when splitting the vocals away from the instrumentation or even just in the creation in the first place. And that's one weird thing, by the way, and I've mentioned this in other videos, that you would think the AI is so intelligent it should hear when it's made a glitch and just fix it if it actually ever would make the mistake, which it shouldn't. And if it did make a mistake, I should never know about it. It should, within its own intelligence, go, oh, there's a glitch here. Let me fix it. Oh, okay, now it's fixed. And then let me continue. And that all happens so fast. Like, oh, I made a glitch. Okay, now fix it. Okay, it's fixed. Okay, now I played it back. It's fixed. That all happens in a microsecond. Yeah, but it shouldn't. It should, but it doesn't. It still produces weird anomalies sometimes.
Bring me on, bring me on.
You have to find where it is. I like when it's easy. This looks like it might be it right there. Somewhere in this general vicinity. Jesus. So when you can't isolate it very easily, you can just try to, and also, yeah, I could just try your best. But the thing is, I guess the similarity, we should probably do it all the way to here, are these little mountains. This might not work. And if it doesn't work, I could live with it. With the music, I don't even know if I noticed it. So there's little hills, these little hills, and it's down close to the bottom. Well, it should be. How about the last one down before it starts going up again to the next hill? Then we go over here. Go down the hill to the last one before it starts going up again. It would be right there. But it doesn't look similar, so I think it might not work. It might even sound worse. It worked.
Just bring me on back.
Yeah. Okay.
Just bring me on.
It worked. It fixed it. Sometimes you get lucky. Also, I'm pretty good at editing. I mean, if I had done it on the wrong place or one of the other little bumps, it might have just made a click. Sometimes a horrible click. All right, I'm going to undo this just for a moment. And see, it's 0.105, quite a bit. Oh, thank God. All right, because it was Windows had put the concentration on this, not this. In fact, it might have deleted that, and it didn't. That's good. So we got it 105. So what I do is I take, so that all the instruments, all the vocals to the right are in the right place to match up with the instruments, we go 105. We go 105, like that, and then we go copy, and then paste. Now I've moved that. Here, I'll show you. Well, yeah, if I redo it, you can't really see, but it's moved over to the right, just that nut hair. Okay.
Just bring me on.
It fixed it. I like that. All right. Now, the word just was supposed to come up.
Just bring.
And I did that successfully. All right. I will now turn this off and finish everything, and then we will come back to this. By the way, I'm now doing the asterisk, and you can even see that bass moment. This is just the instrumentation, and look at that. Yeah, and you could tell there's nothing else like it in the area. So it is kind of like an AI anomaly, although it's a nice bass hit that kind of works. But all I need to do is either bring down just the bass a little bit. Bring up some of it. fixed it. Welcome. All right, so that took care of that one. All right, I'm going to continue. Just thought I'd show you, since you saw this before, I thought I'd show you what I'm going to do. It's just that I don't like so much. There's a couple of ways of handling it, but one way is just to kind of go here and do a ramp. So we do like a ramp about like that.
I'm feeling like the...
There you go, and that's fixed. Figured I might as well let you see some of this stuff because it is, again, proving that I'm working as well as the AI. We're taking the E of 215 up. So
Like the 80s, yeah, you know, yeah, yeah. The 80s.
So we're going to go 145 way up, and then we're going to go like that, bring that way down. So I'm bringing this down and leaving this up. So to try to equalize it.
I'm feeling like the 80s, yeah, you know.
That actually worked pretty well. So that's when that one's handled. Now 218 T's of 80s up.
Oh, I'm feeling like the 80s.
Now all that needs. I want to bring that way up.
The 80s.
That's a little easier because it's a continual ramp. It's not a oscillating. So we go 3 up, even more so. Bring that way so it looks almost level, at least a good part of it. Then we bring it way up. That may not be enough. I'm going to actually, let's try this.
Yeah, you know, I'm feeling like the 80s. The 80s.
I'm going to bring this up a little bit, try to equalize this.
I'm feeling like the 80s.
Yeah. Happy with that. All right, that's saved. Okay. Now the next one is a 250. The next one is 254 or 250 something. The whole line goes down. Oh.
No fashion guy.
I thought that sounded a little creepy, a little much. Maybe even bring it down.
No fashion guy.
Oh yeah, we're gonna bring that other one in. We'll show you that, and then I'll pause this. So now here we go.
I'm feeling a little low.
What we're gonna do? We could do that one later, when the instrumentation is back. That would be the way to do that. So the way to I have vocals are going to stay separate. I'm going to turn this into something called marriage, and these will be there the way they are when I finish this editing. And then I will have a new file that says marriage, feeling like the 80s. And then the vocals will stay pure, and I can screw with the marriage one. I can screw with the marriage and leave the singles alone, something like that. So we're not going to do that one now. We'll come back to that. But 254, we got that line down.
No fashion guy.
It'll sound better with the first part next to it. I could just paste it in and hope for the best, but I don't want to do that because if I can paste it in different places to try to match with the instrumentation better. I'll do that later. So now the next, I have several more to do. I'll come back to you a little later. Here's a fun one.
This new age.
This is a little more complex. Remember, this one has to be higher, and this area has to be down, this area has to be up. So what we do I think that's about right there. And then bring everything up to 137 and see how that is so far.
New age, I've been hurt.
Better.
New age, I've been hurt.
I think I'm going to leave that. That's good. Usually you don't do it right the first time, but that was good. All right, I'll bring you back. Okay, guys, done with that. So now we're going to take the instruments, repaired now, with that one bass note. Luckily, it was just one thing. Usually, I don't have to do too much with the instruments. Then we paste it all in. I've been doing 79. That's what I did. Well, that's what I did last time. Bringing in the instruments lower than 100%. And then we're going to listen to it together. Here we go. I'm not going to play the... later on, what I'll do is go through and adjust the instruments. For now, we're just seeing if all the vocals worked. If the mix with the instruments is good.
I'm feeling a little like an old-fashioned guy in a modern world. Into this new age, I've been hurled into this new age.
Now there's an example of where I could go through and
into this new age,
to this new,
age,
just to this new. Like if that were the only thing, by the way, there's another way you can sort of get around. You can sort of work it, although it brings up the instruments too. You can kind of cheat a little bit by bringing up everything.
Into this new age.
And that worked. And I'd be happy with that. So what I'll do is this. If I end up making a bunch of changes, I'll go back and fix that on its own. So we'll go 102
to
this new. Just a little up though. But I don't need to. If everything else pans out fine, or I'm able to make adjustments with the instruments like I just did, which you can in a lot of cases, get away with that, then I won't go back and fix that.
I've been hurt. I've been hurt. I like that old vibe of pulling up to the dock, listening to dock.
Then we can handle with the harsh off. Yeah.
Up to the dock.
Yeah.
Listening to smooth jazz and classic yacht rock.
I just have to stop and say for a moment, with you go through this hard work and in a mix, and then you hear the fruits of it, and it's all kind of coming together and painting a picture and giving you the vibe, which I wanted to create as a songwriter when I know people who are going, hey, you didn't write the music. Well, but the lyrics, creating these lyrics and creating this imagery, this is bringing it to life once you fix all these technical things. It's fascinating. I've never done so much mixing and mastering than I have in the last year, pretty wild, because I'm usually just concentrating on the songwriting and the playing of my keyboards and whatever. But the actual I've been doing a lot more mastering with this Suno. Yeah, interesting. All right, here we go. It's funny. People say, oh, you're going more lazy with AI. Well, I've worked harder with my music since I've been using AI. Yeah, because you have to work harder to make it sound decent. All right, here we go.
Up to the dark, listening to some mood rock.
So
Listening to some mood jazz and classic yacht rock. Listening to some mood jazz. Listening to some mood jazz.
this tune does need to come up.
Listening to some mood jazz. Listening to some mood. Listening to some mood. Listening to some mood jazz and classic yacht rock.
What you know what I wish? You know what I wish? A sax came in right there. You know, just a real. You can tell I'm a singer. Uh, a nice sax coming in right here after saying yacht rock would be perfect. Now you can do that with Suno. You can go in with Suno. I could bring this audio into Suno, and then I can go. You can add instrument. You can go into Studio, which I have because I have the open in Studio. Where is it? Create. Open in Studio. You can open a song in Studio. You could take this song, put it in Studio, and break it down into stems. The AI can separate out all the different instruments, and then you can add a track, or I could bring in that just as a stereo track, just like this, and then you can add a new track, and then say what you want. Put in saxophone, and you could put in just in this area. And then hopefully the AI will play it correctly and the way you want it to match up with it does that a little. It'll match up with the rhythm, and it'll put what it feels might be appropriate there. So I might even, I've never done that, but I might even try that. I just got this, Premiere, went from Pro to Premiere, and they gave me, it's the 20, the end of the month, so they gave me another 10. They topped me up at 10,000. I didn't even notice that. It had gone down to like 7,700 credits. I mean, it'd be very hard to use up the whole 10,000. Usually with the Pro, they give you 2,500 credits, and a song is 10 credits to do. But every little change and getting stems and all that is another several credits, and it all adds up. But I was looking down here. I didn't notice they had topped me up. Not that big a deal. But anyway, pretty amazing. But yeah, you can get stems, which I did. Anyway, let's continue.
And classic yacht rock. Just bring.
But yeah, I'm going to do that later. I'm going to bring this in, if I can remember, bring it into Suno, bring it into Studio, and then see about adding a saxophone right there. I mean, that could be really good because he's saying yacht rock and then bring in a sax, which is kind of the epitome instrument of yacht rock. Really is. I mean, it really paints the picture just about better than anything. Maybe the Roland the Yamaha DX7, I think, that certain electric synthesizer sound of the 80s would also probably work, maybe just as well. But the sax, come on. All right.
Yacht rock. Just bring me on back.
That's excellent. That's like a Jupiter 6, or I'm trying to think of the keyboard of that time. And it's like they made that that's a very 80s when synthesizers were really coming to the fore, and that was one of them. I think that's an emulation of maybe it's a Jupiter 6, something like that. And it's very that's good. That's good.
'Cause I'm feeling like the 80s. Just bring me.
You notice it blended into the sax there. Be nice.
Just bring me on.
I mean, I could, there's things you can try. I don't think it'll work. Let's see.
Rock.
I'm just going to try something. I don't think it's going to work.
Classic yacht rock.
No, it didn't work, but that's kind of what I want there, I'm going to undo that. Yeah.
Yacht rock.
One thing you can do is like kind of try to do something like that.
And classic yacht rock. Just bring.
No, it didn't work, but you get the idea of what I'm trying to do. All right, let's continue on from where we were.
Just bring me.
But I love it goes from like the Jupiter 6. We're going to call it Jupiter 6. In fact, I'm going to look that up. Give me a second. Well, looky there. It was the Roland Jupiter 6. Released in 1983. And I'm pretty sure it probably had that sound. I didn't even know if I had the 6 right. I think Jupiter I remembered. I thought Jupiter was the name of the company. I didn't know Roland. Yeah, wow. I had a Roland D7. I still do. A Roland D70 from that era too. A little after that. It was one of their Halo keyboards at the time. I got it used. Had a little bit of money back then. All right, let's go back to work.
Just bring.
And it goes into the sax. It blends into the sax. It's amazing technology. I don't take this for granted, but it's easy too because it's just so easy to use it. To at least get the raw stuff. Then you have to go through things like this.
Just bring me on back. 'Cause I'm feeling like the. 'Cause I'm feeling like the 80s. I'm feeling like the 80s. Yeah. Like the 80s. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if I make a fix here, by the way, that anomaly may not be in either the instruments or the vocals. It might be because the instruments and the vocals meet, the waveforms meet at a certain point and cause a conflict. So everything I've done, I don't feel I need to go back for. We don't know if it's going to be good for the rest of the song. I might have to undo all this, but... And it's really not a bad one. It's like, because I'm concentrating on it, it seems bad. But it is a continuous note, which makes it easier. And these are hills. Let's do the same MO. The bottom of the hill. We'll go here.